The Control of Blood Glucose by Insulin and Glucagon by Melina Tannery. Narrated by Creighton Hardy. Asterisk, I hate my voice. And the pancreatic islet, also known as islet of Langerhans, is the endocrine portion of the pancreas that consists of small groups of cells scattered among the exocrine cells. Each islet contains 4 types of cells: alpha cells, beta cells, delta cells, and F cells. The alpha cell produces the hormone glucagon, where the beta cell produces the peptide hormone insulin and targets many cells. Insulin lowers blood glucose level by increasing the rate of glucose uptake and utilization by most body cells, and by increasing glycogen synthesis in skeletal muscles and the liver. Glucagon stimulated when glucose levels are low, and it raises the blood glucose levels by increasing the rate of glycogen breakdown and glucose released by the liver. Negative feedback regulates blood glucose levels by stimulating the release of insulin and glucagon. Hypoglycemia is the presence of an abnormally low glucose level in the bloodstream, whereas hyperglycemia is the presence of an abnormally high glucose level in the blood.
Homeostasis is a process to keep the body in equilibrium. The normal blood glucose level is 70 to 110 milligrams. If you have low blood glucose, then glycogen gets released, which then raises glucose levels, which comes back to homeostasis. However, if we have too much blood glucose, then insulin becomes released, which then blood glucose decreases and brings us back to homeostasis.
Insulin is released, it sinks into the skeletal muscles and the liver. The skeletal muscles is the target cell for insulin, and it also stores glycogen. When you increase the glucose uptake, it transports the proteins by using GLUT4, which is responsible for insulin regulation and glucose transport. Facilitative diffusion is used by transport proteins to carry glucose across a membrane's concentration gradient into cells without using ATP. When insulin is increased, the body utilizes glucose and more specifically ATP production by using glycolysis. Glycolysis is when glucose is used in the first step for making ATP, which breaks down a glucose molecule in order to kickstart the citrus acid cycle. ATP is the energy molecule that the whole body relies on to function. Glucose is stored as glycogen in the liver and in the skeletal muscles. Amino acid absorption happens when the body is stimulated by insulin to absorb amino acids. And protein synthesis also happens because insulin is stimulated to synthesize proteins. Adipose tissue holds triglycerides that await to be stimulated by glucagon. The triglycerides are the adipocytes that release the fatty acids into the bloodstream when the triglycerides are stimulated in the adipose tissues. In the liver and skeletal muscles, glucose is stored as glycogen through the synthesis of glycogenolysis from non-carbohydrate precursors such as lactate, glycerol, and amino acids. Gluconeogenesis is the formation of new glucose in the liver.
In summary, insulin and glycogen regulate the body's blood glucose level to maintain homeostasis. Thanks for watching, Doc.
Oh, I said everything. BT dubs. I'm not a pre-med major, or nursing major, or a science major. Awkward. Thanks, Melina, for making me do this.
Thanks.
Bye.